Hello everybody and welcome to a bit of a time trial special on GT Sport, because I'm going to be doing a lap in the F1500 TA around the Goodwood circuit as part of a competition from Goodwood Road Racing. You all can enter this competition too, provided you're a UK resident and are 18 years of age or over. The competition now is open from now until 11:59 PM on Thursday. That's Thursday the 23rd of October. All you have to do, as I said, is set your best time around the Goodwood circuit in the F1500 TA Formula 1 car on GT Sport, no tuning, and then share that lap to either Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag MastercardHeartLaps. Now, if your time is in the top 25 of submissions they get, then you'll be entered into a draw to win a passenger rally ride at the festival in 2021 at night on their rally stage, as well as an overnight stay in the Goodwood Hotel. I will link the article on their website explaining this in detail with all the T's and C's and whatnot in the description, as well as the accompanying YouTube video where they got some Goodwood regulars with racing drivers such as Marino Franchitti and Oliver Webb, as well as Alex from FailRace, who I'm sure most of you all know and love, where they went and set their times, and now I'm going to go set mine. But before we get into that, a couple of things I should mention. First, just like the drivers in Goodwood's video, I'm going to be doing 4 laps to set my time initially, and then see where we're going to be going from there. Also, considering these laps are going to be shared to social media, I thought I'd just remind everyone, once again, that I've just launched a Twitter page for the channel, so go follow that. The lap will be there, and other cool stuff if you're interested, where I can just interact with your guys and get your opinions on stuff. But self-promotion over, let's get into the laps. So off I went in the car for my 4 laps, and we were immediately off to a bit of a shaky start, coming out sideways of that final chicane on my run into the first lap, but I wasn't too worried about the first lap, as that was just to kind of learn the car, learn the circuit and get my bearings a bit. I wasn't going to do anything too crazy on that first lap or even the second, because yeah, I wanted to learn what I was doing and kind of get some baseline of where I was at in terms of lap time. So yeah, my first lap was definitely a little bit shaky, but at least I didn't have any offs, although I was a little bit unlucky and clipped that nasty second part of the final chicane. So first lap wasn't very good, 59.8. There was definitely more time in that, which was an encouraging sign, and coming out of the first corner on the second lap, we were immediately ahead, so things were going a bit better this time around. And through the next series of high-speed corners, I continued to lengthen that gap, which was good, got it to just over a second before heading into the braking zone. I do run a little bit wide and get a tiny bit of oversteer on the way out, but the gap was 1.4 seconds now, so things were still looking good as we head down to the back straight, and I was just kind of mentally preparing myself to not mess up this final section. And there we go, we were through pretty nicely, gap at almost 2 seconds now, being careful around that final chicane not to hit the wall again. Gap goes over to 2 seconds, and we cross the line much better, 57.5. And that's kind of what I wanted to get. I wanted to get that solid baseline lap, so I had 2 laps left to kind of experiment, and if things go wrong, it wasn't the end of the world, and if things did go well, then great, I've made up some more time, and my risk paid off. And going into that third lap, we are a couple tenths ahead, until I just clip the grass, turn a bit too much, and then off we go sliding a long way before we get reset back onto this track. So yeah, lap 3 was a bust, so now it all laid on the 4th and final lap. So going on to that 4th and final lap and coming around the first corner, again we make a couple tenths off of my fastest lap, the second lap, and that puts us in good stead going down the straight, 3 tenths ahead now, and I was trying to keep it there, but I turned in a bit too early, things got a little messy around the next few corners and I lose a couple tenths. We're still ever so slightly ahead, but I'm starting to get a bit panicky, my movements get a bit jerky. I clip the curb on the outside, get some oversteer, and now I'm slightly behind where I was on the second lap. And now, heading down the back straight, I have to see if I can make up time in the very final sections. There's not much time, but I do push hard, clip the grass on the outside, get very sideways, kind of throw myself through the chicane, and I do make up a bit of time, but then I hit the grass on the outside again, get a bit of a tank slapper, and ultimately finish a couple tenths behind that second best lap, doing a 57.79. So it would seem as though the 57.5 was my best time, and yeah, it was okay, but I thought now I'd free myself from the parameters of just having 4 laps, because this is a really cool competition at the end of the day, so let's see how I could do with a little bit more time. So I'm back after going and doing a bit more driving. Actually not much, this lap happened literally 3 laps later, but whilst it's not perfect, I managed to shave a lot of time off and I was pretty happy with it, so here's the lap. And there we have it. I got my time down to a 55.6, which I was pretty happy with. The lap was by no means perfect. There are a couple of incidents where I ran a bit wide, got some understeer, so there's definitely time to be had, but for the sake of my blood pressure, I think I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to leave it there for this video in general, so don't forget to follow me on Twitter and enter this competition yourself. It's a very good opportunity, and not one that is going to come around again anytime soon. So thanks for watching, and if you do enter, good luck.